that for all you that's like,
I run 850s, I run 840s in my RT.
I guarantee you ain't running it in 94 degrees weather with horrible ass humidity where it feels like 103. All right, so let's get this thing started. Let's get into round one. All right. Yo, Shpo, heathens, what's going on? Back for video number 2. As I told you in the last video, today we're going to be putting the drag slicks. Why do I always say that? We're putting the VMS drag radials on the back of my newly purchased 2015 Challenger RT Plus. So we're gonna throw those drag radials on. As I told you guys in the last video, they are 17 by 10s in the back. And then we got skinnies up front that are 20, the rims are 18 by 5s. And we're throwing some M&H tires on those. The back ones have the Mickey Thompson ET Street Rs. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop in here, put these on, show you guys some of that footage. Once those goes on, got some things to do with this car, man. There's got some, like I said, some nicks and dings in it, which I knew it had. That's why I got such a great deal. It's gonna be mainly a drag car. But I want to show you guys the process of that. We also took all the red striping off last night. That was on the side. That had the RT symbol on it as well. So once I get done with everything here, I'll show you guys basically some before of how it looked and then some after of how it looks right now. So next steps after this is to put the cold air intake on. It's supposed to be here within the next few hours. If it gets here, then I'll throw that in this video. Obviously, if it gets here tomorrow, it'll still be in this video, but I will upload the video a day later because the cold air intake isn't here yet. Once I put that on, you'll also see what happens for its first runs tomorrow night at Knoxville Dragway, the drag strip by me. I ran 9.0s, as you guys saw in the last video, in my 2022 Challenger RT that I just sold. But in this one, it has an exhaust, right? It's gonna have the drag radials on the back and then a cold air intake. I'm hoping we can get some low 890s, right? Before we put the blower on and everything else. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get to the video. All right, guys, so we have a 22 millimeter socket going on. This actually has a wheel lock on it. So actually I'm gonna go grab that, get these off, get these radials on. Let's do it. Get your ass on there, boy. Let me stop before I make the car fall. So one, let's put these lug nuts on here. Just need to tighten these bolts up and get it going, but what we thinking? We liking how it's looking? Let me give you guys a view on what we're looking at. Obviously they need to be clean. I'm so used to having 22s on there, so this is weird for me seeing that gap in them small ass tires, but I'll show you guys kind of what it looks like. I don't know how good the lighting is from over here. All right. And that's what this side looks like. And we got the skinnies coming in. Boom. And here are those 22-inch Hellcat wraps that I wish I was putting on. They so damn pretty. Cool, cool, cool. So this is next. The fuel cap. Got the black one coming in, the chrome delete that. Took that red striping off, that ugly ass red striping. Again, no offense to anybody with it, I just don't like it. But this is what we're working with. So we're waiting on the cold air intake to come in. I'm sweating like a dog. Waiting on the cold air intake to come in. Gotta clean it up, it's dirty as hell. We're also gonna, and we're waiting for the fuel door to come in. And then also we're gonna delete this ugly ass shit here too. I don't like that chrome, we're just gonna paint that. We ain't gonna do too much, we're just gonna paint that black. Get a new hood for it, we got a lot of stuff coming. And you see what's over there in that pretty little box right here. Let me give y'all a sneak peek. Just a little sneak peek of what's in this box right here. What's in this box right here? Oops, that's all I'm gonna show you. That's all I'm gonna show you. That's all I can show you. That's to come. So, excited with this build. I will see you guys in a minute when I put this JLT Series 2 cold air intake on, and yeah, and the skinnies. All right, so it's the next day, and we've installed a couple of things, and I'm pretty sure you guys know what that is. So first things first, let's show you the JLT Series 2 cold air intake that I installed. Here it is here, looking better than ever. Zoom in here. It's looking good, man. Great fit. One thing that I did that's throwing up a sensor on the dashboard, a check engine light. My sensor, now I did a cold air intake on my last 2022 Challenger and I didn't have this problem, but it is throwing up a light on the dash for engine, check engine light. So I think I have this sensor in the wrong position, or at least I need a grommet for this. I don't know why. I saw other people install it. They didn't need a grommet. They did not need a grommet. But this, for some reason, is throwing up a light, so I'm gonna have to check that. One thing also as well is the hood does not fit correctly with it. This hood ain't gonna work. So what did I do? Got this little pretty young thing right here. Got this pretty thing right here. That is the Redeye. This is the Redeye hood. The SRT Redeye, Hellcat Redeye hood. And about to throw this thing on here. I'm gonna take this ugly ass hood off and put this pretty thing on. I got this for a steal, man. I believe it's Vacrez, and I got it for $650 from someone about 45 minutes away. It's like an auto parts or junk shop or some shit like that. So we're gonna throw that on right now. We're about to head up to the track, and oh yeah, one more thing. Look what we got on. Look what we got on. They came in an 18x5 VMS. Modulos, got them. Got some M&H Race Masters on the front, and I have the Mickey Thompson ET Street R's, as I told you guys last time. We got that ugly red shit off. We got the fuel door, the black fuel door put on. We looking like something. About to head up to the racetrack, do some bracket racing. So this is what we're working with here. This is the before we put the hood on. The hood's only primered black. I plan on getting it wrapped along with the top, a little bit of the sides and the back. But this is what we're looking like. So I'll keep you guys updated as we put the hood on. Like I promised before, we're gonna go ahead and take this hood off now that the races are over and we hit the track. We're gonna go ahead and take this hood off and put the SRT Hellcat Redeye hood on it, right? So I'm gonna time lapse this, show you guys how I'm doing it. First things first, we gotta take that heat shield off. After the heat shield, see where the windshield wiper fluid hoses go. After that, we'll take off the bolts, disconnect the shocks, and then do the same thing on putting on the hood. So it shouldn't take too long. Tune in. That was close. All right, so you see where we're at? We have the hood completely off. Took all of about 8 minutes. Looks like they had some nonsense ass LEDs that hooked up that didn't work, so I had to cut those off. And that's what this wire is here, so I'll have to duct that down or tape those off so we don't have exposed wires. But that's where we're at right now. Time to put the heat shield on here, unwrap it, throw it up. All right guys, first pass is done. First trial run. We have one more that we're about to go up to in about 5 minutes. First run, I ran 9:032, so 9:03. That's my fastest pass. If you watched last week's video, I ran a 9:085 as my fastest pass, and every other one after that was 9:10s. But my reaction time was 0.259. Again, not the fastest. I'm just working on not red light, and I'm working on my go. Thought the drag radials would bring in a little bit faster time, but that was my first take. So I'm gonna try to get in the 898s right now, 897s, and beat this old ugly ass banana right here. This old man right here racing. That's Pops there, so we're gonna see how he does. But second pass right here, second trial run. Let's go for 898s, 897s, see how it goes. Second pass done. I actually had a better jump time. So my start was 0.195 or something like that, 0.192. Still slow. Want to be in the 0.02s, 0.01s, but it's better than the last time. Mile per hour was 78.6 and my time was 9.124. So I don't know how I had a better start time and my time was slower, but that's how it happens in drag racing. So time trials are up. It's time to get out there and boogie, see what we can do. I'm gonna clock in at 9.05 class. First time I ran 9:03, second time I won 9.124. Mile per hour still at 78, 79. And so with that being said, we just gonna tap in and see what it's doing. Dude, the DA here is like 3,800 feet and it's like the air density, whatever, is like 118 degrees. So imagine taking a wet rag and putting it on a car. Should it be steaming? Awful, awful racing weather. Obviously we're in a valley in the mountains if you'll show them here, okay? Valley tree. So, I say all that to say that for all you that's...
I run 850s, I run 840s in my RC.
I guarantee you ain't running it in 94 degrees weather with horrible ass humidity where it feels like 103, all right? So, let's get this thing started. Let's get into round one, all right? Alright guys, welcome back. So it's the next day after the race yesterday. As you guys saw, was doing some bracket racing. I'm also going to show you guys what the hood looks like put on now and give you some updates, the cold air intake, all that stuff. So yesterday was kind of crazy. So I did my first set of bracket racing. Dude, the DA, the altitude was insane. It was like 94 degrees outside. The humidity made it feel like it was 105. It was hot, it was heavy, it was disgusting, and it was the worst race conditions to drag race in, period. I'm just letting you know now. But some good things came out of it. I made 2 trial passes before bracket racing, as you guys saw, and one of those was 9.0s, the other one was 9.1. My first round in the bracket racing, for all those that you don't know, bracket racing is basically racing against your time. So you have to dial in a time. I chose to dial in my time at 9:00, and I ran a 9.08. So whoever's closest, the person you're running beside you, whoever's closest to the number they choose, you know, that you write down on your car is who wins. I ran a 9:08 with drag slicks on or drag radials and skinnies up front. I do believe that if the temperature was not horrible, I definitely would have been in the mid to low 890s, maybe even the 880s. Dude, it was awful out there. You could probably see the screen fogging up in the video from yesterday. But as you guys can see, the fitment is not great. There is a small gap up here, you see. Obviously, but this was made for the SRT Hellcat front bumper. There is some space there, but it's even. It doesn't look horrible. The only way you see it is if you really walk up on it. But glad I got it put on there. It fits with the JLT Series 2 cold air intake. Here's the wheels so you guys can see. I know the lighting isn't too great. But that's the hood put on. It ran kind of great, looked kind of crazy yesterday when I was running it down the drag strip. I had the cold air intake on and I had the heat shield on under this. The heat shield does not fit with this hood and this car, so I had to take that all the way off. All right, so now it fits pretty good. It's gonna be the best it's gonna look, and there's the car. So that is gonna pretty much wrap this video up. I can't wait to show you guys next week what's coming. Next week, we got some long tube headers on the way. I'm gonna show me unboxing it to you guys, show you which ones I went with. Got another special surprise that's coming in. I'm just excited to bring you guys along on the journey. This is gonna be a fun time. That's why I built this channel. This channel's brand new. Got like 40 subscribers right now. So really looking to take this thing to the moon. Shout out to Modern Red Hemi. He's one of the first guys on YouTube that did these 5.7 builds that show what they're really capable of. So he gives a plethora of knowledge for free. He knows what the hell he's talking about. He works with EFI Specialty Bodies. I believe it's out in Maryland. They know what the hell they're talking about, one of the top Mopar shops in the country. So I'm just excited to show you guys what this thing's gonna be able to do. Right now, currently we're at 9.0s. And next week I'll show you what is to come with the new add-ons we're doing. And then next week at the racetrack at Test and Tune. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.